What a time to be a Brooklyn Nets fan. We're back. We're finally going into a full rebuild. It's about freaking time. The Brooklyn Nets tonight traded Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks for not one, not two, not three, not four, 5 first-round picks! 5! And going all the way back to that Phoenix trade for Kevin Durant, we got not one, not two, not three, 4 first-round picks. So the fact that we just freaking traded Mikal Bridges, who's not even an all-star, for 5 first-round picks. We're back! We're back! This whole Kevin Durant haul, we got 9 total first-round picks. The Brooklyn Nets, we are setting ourselves up for success because in today's NBA, it's all about depth. It's not about the big threes anymore, and the Brooklyn Nets should have known this because it all started back in 2013 when we traded for Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, who are way past their prime, and we traded those picks that ended up being Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who just ended up winning their first NBA championship. And through the years with Boston, they built a solid foundation around our Brooklyn Net draft picks. And one thing we learned about this year's NBA playoffs is it's not about the big threes anymore. The Phoenix Suns, they thought they were going all the way to the championship. They ended up getting their asses swept by Anthony Edwards and a deep Minnesota Timberwolves team. The Brooklyn Nets were back, and you guys are probably wondering, well, it's not your draft picks that you got, so now you guys are going to be dookie, and Houston's going to freaking draft another superstar. You're fucking wrong! Because the Brooklyn Nets also traded the Phoenix Sun picks to the Houston Rockets for our draft picks. We are back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're finally redeeming ourselves. And I am so happy to finally say, yes, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. I finally came out of my shell. We're back. Even though the next couple of years, we're going to be ass, at least we have draft capital to look forward to. If we're ass, we can actually acquire the number 1 draft pick. We have a chance next year at Cooper Flagg, who is going to be probably the best player in the 2025 NBA draft as of right now. We have a chance. We have a chance. So the first thing I want to say here in all of this is thank you, Mikal Bridges, for pretty much embracing being a Brooklyn Net throughout your time. You never missed a game, and you went out there and you played well, especially during the KD trade. Because of that run that you had, we're able to get 5 first-round picks because of that, and that doesn't go unnoticed. Mikal Bridges is a player I really enjoyed, but I knew this team, we needed to go into a full rebuild because getting Mikal Bridges and another star, we're only going to probably not even make it out the first round. If we can't freaking come out the first round with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, there's no way in hell Mikal Bridges and another star will get us out of the first round. It's not happening because you can't build your team in the NBA nowadays around superstars anymore. It's not about big threes. It's about creating depth. It's about creating a culture. And that's what the Brooklyn Nets did when they brought in Sean Marks to begin his run with the Brooklyn Nets. And he did a fantastic job. Our 2 best assets that we had during the time that Sean Marks took the job from Billy King was Brook Lopez and Thaddeus Young. No draft picks to look forward to, nothing. And Sean Marks went out there and he did the low-risk, high-reward thing, made a great trade sending Brook Lopez to the Lakers for D'Angelo Russell, and then just picking up late draft picks like Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. We really created a solid culture in Brooklyn, but of course, Kyrie and Kevin Durant wanted to team up, and Brooklyn had the capital, and what team is not going to take advantage of having 2 generational superstars on their team? Especially 2 former NBA champions on their respective teams. Kyrie winning with the Cavs in 2016, Kevin Durant winning back-to-back with the Golden State Warriors in 2017 and 2018. Who is not going to take advantage of that opportunity? And I still think to this day, if we were playing the what-if game, If KD's foot was never on that line, we probably were going to win that championship. But it is what it is. We can't go back in time and change things. But I think what the Brooklyn Nets have done, trading Kevin Durant for Mikal Bridges, to now getting overall 9 first-round draft picks, I think is incredible. And if there's one person that I can trust as a general manager in a full rebuild, it's Sean Marks. And I think, finally, we're doing something. Because I'm going to be honest with you, this season, it was a headache to watch Brooklyn Net games because I knew we needed to go into this rebuild, and they were just trying to compete, win now, and like, you can't do that without building a culture. The reason why the Oklahoma City Thunder have set themselves up for success, and they're going to be contending probably for the next 5 to 10 years, is because of all the draft capital that they acquired and building around Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The Brooklyn Nets, we have a great young star in Cam Thomas who hasn't really had the keys yet to the city, and we're finally going to just let him do his thing and build around him, which I think is the best thing to do moving forward. So, I think the Brooklyn Nets, we did a great job here. Obviously, the Phoenix Sun picks were great. They're going to be gems. But it makes sense for Brooklyn to bring in the draft picks, because if our best player is Cam Thomas, and that's it, then what is the point in having these Phoenix Suns picks so that we're trash and then the Houston Rockets end up getting a number 3 or a number 2 or a number 1 pick? They have the number 3 pick in this year's NBA draft. And because of that, it's because of the Brooklyn Nets. We traded our pick. That could have been us. We could have had the 3rd pick. So I think the Brooklyn Nets, honestly, trading the Phoenix picks to Houston for Brooklyn's picks, I think is a great move, because there is rumors going on right now that the Phoenix Suns might be trading Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets, who are right now in a win-now mode, which honestly I think is a very smart move for Houston, because they already have a great young team, and they're probably not going to have to get rid of any of those guys, but at least they have Phoenix's draft capital to really reel Kevin Durant in, which I think is a very strategic move on Houston's part. And I think Phoenix, they're going to go into a full rebuild. They'll probably end up trading Devin Booker somewhere else this offseason. But we're off to a great offseason. I'm so excited for the future of the Brooklyn Nets. We have never had a bright future because of all the years that we traded our draft capital for past prime superstars. And with the direction that the league's going in, the Brooklyn Nets were making the smart move here, and hopefully down the line, 10 to 20 years from now, this leads to a championship. That's the end goal, and I think that it's not a race, it's a marathon. And of course, the next couple years, it's going to suck. We're going to lose a lot of games, but at least we have something to look forward to. During that time with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett being trash, we had nothing to look forward to. We didn't have draft picks to look forward to. I am very excited to see what's going to happen here, and this is one of the biggest hauls in NBA history. The fact that we were able to flip Kevin Durant for 4 unprotected first-round picks, to then getting Mikal Bridges and trading him to the New York Knicks for 5 unprotected first-round picks, I'm very excited. And if there is any New York Knicks fans that are watching this to see if I'm pissed off about this trade, I'm actually really happy, not only for my team because we're going to be going into a full rebuild, but I'm also happy for the Knicks because right now you guys have been playing some really great basketball. And I'm not one of those Brooklyn Net fans that's going to, trash your team, even though I do hate the Knicks. I think what you guys have done building a solid foundation around Jalen Brunson, I think you guys have done a great, fantastic job. And you guys have Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. So now bringing in Mikal Bridges, the Villanova boys, I think is such a great move for you guys. And I really hope that you guys can dethrone the Boston Celtics, because I am from the Boston area and I fucking hate the Celtics. I will take any team in the league except for the 76ers over the Celtics any freaking day. But I think the Knicks, what you guys have done in your rebuild has been incredible. And I do wish you guys success for the next couple years while the Brooklyn Nets, we are just completely rebuilding, which is what we need to do at the end of the day. I am overall happy with this. I'm sure New York Knicks fans are very happy about having Mikal Bridges. You guys have been wanting to reunite the Villanova boys, so honestly, it's a win-win trade, I think, for both teams, and you don't get that a lot in the NBA. But honestly, I could care less what the Knicks are doing because the Brooklyn Nets, the future is looking bright. And now I might actually have some motivation to put out more Brooklyn Net content here on the DBTV channel because, man, we finally have something to look forward to. Thank you, Sean Marks. And to all the Brooklyn Net fans who have been hating on Marks, give this a chance, because if there's one thing that Sean Marks has proven as a general manager is that, yes, he does suck at trades, but he is one of the better general managers at drafting underrated players. And I think that he has a really good track record of acquiring really good players with late first-round picks. And if there's somebody that I'm going to trust in this rebuild when it comes to drafting a future superstar that we could build a team around, it's got to be Sean Marks. There's nobody else I would honestly trust with this. Except for maybe the former Warriors general manager there, Bob Myers. Because obviously he created a dynasty with the Warriors. But the fact that the KD return, I have it right here. We got Cam Johnson, who honestly I hope we trade because he is just so inconsistent, such a streaky shooter. But I think he could definitely do better on a contending team. The fact that we drafted Noah Clowney in the 2023 draft with the Phoenix pick, I think he's a great young player we have. Then we have the 2025 New York Knicks first round. We have our own draft pick. We have Milwaukee's first, which is protected. We have the New York Knicks pick for 2027. We have a swap in 2028. We have 2029 first round and a 2031 first round. And we get our draft picks back, which is what just makes this even better for us. And I think we also have Dallas's 2029 first round from the Kyrie deal. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I think this offseason is going to be a generational offseason that we're going to be talking about years from now. I think so much moves are going to be made. So many teams are going to scramble and change things because with the new direction of the NBA, we're going into a depth route more than a big three. And I think a lot of teams are realizing that big threes are not winning championships in this time and age. And OKC really opened the door for a lot of these other teams out there. Minnesota, they're set for the next few years. The Celtics are looking pretty good. And just bringing in depth is what it's all about. Team basketball. And right now, I think is a great time to be an NBA fan. But Brooklyn Net fans, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on all of this chaos that just happened tonight. I think we are living in a dream right now because I never thought we would see this day, and it was getting really dark being a Brooklyn Nets fan. But I'm so happy that we're taking the rebuild route, and we have Cam Thomas to look forward to, and I think we're going to get some really fun basketball with him despite losing. But if you guys enjoyed this and you guys want more Brooklyn Net related content this offseason, smash that like button now because we are going to be covering the offseason and I might even do some reactions to the draft. If you're not a best one yet already and you're a basketball fan, especially Brooklyn Nets, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. I have been a loyal fan to this organization and I will continue to try to give you guys the best basketball content I can. Links down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias. And if you're into pro wrestling or toys, you can go subscribe to We Are Wrestling or Best One Donnie. I'm posting content consistently over there. The link's down in the description box below. But, of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, to the Brooklyn Nets Nation, we go hard. We're fucking back, Jack!
I hope you're ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back.